Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Humankind, where today maybe we can catch up a little bit on Era here, maybe get a couple of stars. Like this is just the part of the game where we fall behind, right? So I'm not stressed too much about the 1400 point gap here. My suspicion is it's going to get wider before it gets narrower. So yeah, we'll just keep doing our best. I mean, we're hanging with the pack essentially here. So we know we got to get some stuff done over here to prevent Cha from getting deleted. And I don't think it should be a problem to make this a city and then attach these both in the same turn. That shouldn't be an issue. Oh no. Oh no, we got hostile minor factions over here as well. Okay, well they can't possibly burn this thing down fast enough for it to stop us from getting it. And then once it's an actual city, no, I don't know. Once it's an actual city, I don't know what that will what that will ultimately mean for its success. Also, gosh, we're behind on science. I feel like this on this difficulty, keeping the numbers where they need to be is not trivial.
For both of our aspirations.
Yellow wants open borders. I can't imagine that that's a valuable thing for... Yeah, that doesn't help me at all. $580 money. 580 money would help me. Yeah, okay. I didn't want it that bad. A thing that is nice about that is I think that probably did not generate a grievance for them. If we offer it, it's like, well, listen, I'm willing to work with you on this if you really want it. So that's probably a good way to handle that when we can afford to do that. All right. Were we? Yes. Okay. We were communicating more bodies over to the east. I thought so. It does seem like a valuable thing to do. Show me something cool. Okay, 50 science is cool. I'm into that. This is quite a large landmass over here. Uh-oh. All right. We'll sail the Pentaconter 4 tiles down here, see what we can see, and then maybe we will have to turn around. Yeah, and there's no inlets or anything anywhere. All right. My assumption is that they're still able to ransack the administrative center once the area actually belongs to us, but I assume it will not entirely delete it. Probably. If it did, these are 26 strength units, so we would need to bring our army of Shuttle-Eye over to actually deal with that. Which we can. I'd be a little leery of leaving Sidon undefended, given that Blue's getting a little rattly, but we'll see. We'll see how things work out here. So we're closing in on a couple more stars. Let's just go ahead and press that button, and then that button, and then... Oh, can't do that while the target is being ransacked. Well, that's not great. This is still obviously very important. Go ahead and do this thing, and I will absolutely pay money for that. Ooh, look how good that vision is. And also look how good the buying it is going to be for my neighbors. All right, so what does this city need most immediately? We don't have any river stuff here. Generating additional influence. I don't actually know if that's actually like all that valuable here. This city does have horses, so actually probably the animal barns are a good start. Let's like really... Well, we have a lot of food income right now. You know what? Okay, go ahead and build this. Let me get a strong foundation going here of influence output. And I want to grab these, but probably we should prioritize exploration.
Let's go.
Man, maybe we will not actually even get to do that. It turns out, river running through mountain valley. Not actually very easy to explore. All right, so we got our holy set up. That's great news. We really do need to upgrade these. I need to find the place where we can upgrade those. We can still explore over here, and down here we can hope, I guess. Okay, that's close enough. And we have discovered ourselves a wonder. All right, so if we don't get, if we lose control of this region, what do we lose? We lose copper, we lose an already constructed harbor, that I already paid influence for, which is annoying. But I guess that's it. I guess it's not so bad. Oh, right. But part of the reason I wanted this is because there is a world wonder here. A natural wonder, rather. Yellow's buying access to all of my stuff. Are we still... Yeah, we're still friendly-ish. Are they at war? Okay. Another empire is attacking them. They're not officially at war with anybody, but Blue is probably still picking on them. My assumption is Blue was sort of saber-rattling with us because they had troops, and they were like, well, I need to get some value out of these troops. We made enough trade and stuff with them that they thought it wasn't a good idea to go after me anymore, economically speaking, and so they just started harassing and ransacking Yellow instead. All right, perhaps unwisely, I am going to send the Shotalai over. Apparently we're gonna have to go deal with this. Is the city gonna hold okay without? Oh yeah. With the statue of Zeus and everything, it's fine. And I mean, we are buying more luxury resources now, right? So we have a lot more stability income because of that. All right, but I think at this point, any remaining money. Any money that we are earning right now is definitely just getting poured straight into this stuff. So we have a huge amount of forested terrain. Probably it's a good idea to get a lumber yard up. Let's just go ahead and buy the pottery workshop out. I will food focus the city for right now because it looks like... Oh no, it's not quite making a difference. Okay, yeah, then focus on this instead. And let's just get some additional bodies over here, because I think we're going to need the help. All right, districts are getting built. I was looted, and it did, in fact, burn down the whole thing. That's a real bummer. Which killed my trade route. We have an osmosis event. And I just spent all this money. Yeah. Well, we wouldn't have had 1380 either way, right? So I don't feel too bad about that. Let's just go ahead and take the small research boost. I mean, like, small. It's still relatively good. Yellow has forgiven a grievance. I appreciate the heck out of that. Some people have some feelings about me, including Yellow. Yellow is feeling needy.
Greetings, Sovereign.
Yeah. Now she wants to be nice. Now it's all about politeness. So yeah, I really should, like, I will have time to pick these up, right? Nobody else is even over here on this landmass. Let's prioritize exploration. I'm gonna try to see if I can figure out how to get up onto this cliff. Yeah, that'll work. These scouts are gonna go to Sidon, I guess. The terrain over here looks pretty flat. Rowing the boat inland is probably, relatively useful. So I'm gonna sail these scouts probably just past this landmass. And you just gotta get back in the shallows here. Oh, hey, whales. Okay, so at the moment we're trending toward... Once again, I wish it would actually show me the math. So what's that? 150, 245 minus 145. So we're actually at exactly 100. So there is an actual cost to continuing to construct districts. It's not a big cost. I'll tell you what we definitely need: schools. Schools are a huge value at this point. Right, because what's my total science output? 109. This it would be almost a 25% gain to get both of the cities schooled up. And then from there, we're talking about the prerequisites for feudalism, right? I keep putting that off, but I do think we got to get it done at some point. So how close are we to moving into that next era? We're about 3,000 gold off of the big era star. We're 3 technologies off of the big science star. We're 2 districts off of the second district star, which we will definitely be able to get. 2 population off of the agrarian star here. We will absolutely get that, but the fame value of it is dubious. And we're actually moving toward that influence star pretty quickly as well. So we're gonna be in this era for like another 10 turns, though, at the very least. I feel behind. I feel like I'm not pacing well. We're pacing a lot better than we were during the first game, or during the first game on this difficulty, though. All right, get back in the shallows. People buying lots of access to my stuff. Yeah, what? Get in the water and make a thing of it. I dare you.
Let's go. Follow me.
All right, show me what is going on up here. We got some coffee. We got some. This is papyrus. Okay, papyrus is cool. Got some more salt. Salt is yeah, huge value on salt. So like, expanding into this region, we pick up so much river, so much forest. I think that, in fact, this region looks like it's so high value that we'll probably just have... Yeah, I probably will just have this guy come back down here and outpost to the river valley. It's an inconveniently placed reef. It's almost like they weren't thinking about traversability at all when they put this stuff down. So we do have a bunch of influence now. There are no unclaimed wonders, so we don't know what the unclaimed wonder threshold is. We could just invest in a thing. I think we probably ought to bank, given that we're wanting to expand onto this next landmass. It probably makes the most sense to bank influence for that. And then we definitely gotta build out this area some. We can make a pretty decent amount of extra money from that, but I probably should build food sources first. Then again, if I'm talking about expanding this city to contain this zone, we're probably going to be a little pressed on stability. And we're going to want to build, obviously, off of this for districts. So, yeah, maybe we wait on the districts. And instead, we just make... Let's make our animal barns next. Then when we put down all those farmers' quarters, they'll be really good. Oh, they actually did it. I was really hoping they wouldn't. I should have yeah, we're getting over cultured on the mainland real badly. Do I want the conquest technology, the rest of the conquest technology for 871? What is the rest of the cost of this right now? So that 196 is like almost a third of what we're missing. I think I will just buy it, actually. We need 2 technologies still to get that next tech star. Okay, well, one of them has to be Imperial power. I think that's quite important. Because when we move into the next era, we want our first tech from that era to be the thing that lets you build the cities with the infrastructure stuff already intact. For sure. I think they've done a really compelling job here making science just making a scientific culture is a very powerful culture type, because I'm feeling way behind. So are all of the transport ships 8? Our transport ships are actually higher strength. The thing is, if we retreat here, we're going to lose the army anyway, right? Because they're going to move some unpredictable direction, maximum movement speed, and then they're going to have half their normal movement on the next turn, and we're not going to be able to get back to shallow water. So I think we have to make this a manual battle. I think we have to fight. These are all melee vessels, so I probably...
Let's fight!
What is going to be the best way to do this? We're not going to be able to execute any flanks, no matter how we do this. Probably they're not going to position themselves that way. This way, hopefully, we can at least do some damage. So you still get bonuses from friendly unit adjacency.
Come on! And to battle!
They're presented as though they are... I should have had you attack before before moving that guy. It's just like cost myself a point of combat strength for no reason. All right, you finish him off. You... I guess step to right here.
Charge! Let's get 'em!
And I have to say, I am... Oh no, we're gonna lose the We're gonna lose the combat, and my army's going to be forced to retreat anyway. Well,
Charge!
I can't do anything about that, but I can kill this guy. Okay, my army retreated fortuitously in a valuable direction. This is much better than we would have done against that army on land. So I'm actually kind of happy that worked out that way. That they attacked me in the middle of the sea. They yielded most of their natural advantage there. Can I? Okay. Well, that's annoying. That's an annoying thing for them to have done. All right, we'll go over there and burn that down, I guess. Hopefully. We'll see. We'll see if the army that put the thing down is still over there. Yeah, we're gonna need the show to lie over here, because we're gonna have to actually fight for all this territory, it looks like. How dare they make me work for it even a small amount? All right, getting lots of fame and free science from all this exploration, which is fun. Do I think that there's value? I moved on to a tile that has a bunch of algae in it. A regular Sargasso Bay. All right, independent peoples. I am not, I think, interested in spending this influence. We did have another... Yeah, we had religious rights up before. I think I probably don't want to spend influence on that right now either. All right, schools are just about done. That's going to be good news. Okay, they attacked us again, and this time the attack is, I think, going to be pretty ugly for them. Got ourselves some osmosis events. Yeah, I will gladly take 254 research. Thank you very much. Where did this come from? This came from Pink. Okay. Yeah, it's cool that like I said, being a science civilization is really powerful, but it's cool that you being a science civilization is really powerful for you and also for all of your neighbors. For anybody who can reasonably run a lot of trade with you. I think the design of this system is really interesting, and I don't really feel like I have a good grasp of its implications for the way you have to pace your own science income. But like we're getting a lot of free value from being behind, and I wonder if like the optimal strategy is to try to be just a little bit behind, like be constantly drafting the player who's doing the real science work. Oh, they made it a city. Shoot. Okay, but they made it a city that doesn't have any stuff in it yet. So they just gave me a city is what is what happened. Well, I didn't really want this to be a whole city unto itself. I wanted this to be an outpost. I don't have the ability to absorb cities into other cities right now. So I guess we'll have to do without. Let's get this done. I'm going to buy out a watermill, because a watermill is going to be very, very good here, actually. And then we'll solve all our other problems from there. That's definitely a thing we're going to have to do with money. Yeah, we caught it on the turn when it went from being an outpost to a city, so it had not had time to generate its militia yet. That was extremely fortuitous. And now we can just build outposts off of that, I guess. I was planning to try to put down the next city somewhere a little further away. But it's fine. So, actually, it looks like... I wonder if neutral... Because this one hasn't... Well, it doesn't have any population, right? That's not an indication of the garrison. Yeah, let's go ahead and do it. Let's...
Attack! Let's go!
No, I'm trying to select. There we go. Interesting. Why didn't they do that in a way? Why didn't they deploy in a way that would let them both attack? Well, I guess they don't get to see my deployment before they deploy, right? So they just didn't. They didn't know what we were doing, and they made a guess, and their guess was bad.
Charge! To battle!
All right.
Attack! Charge!
Okay, we will obviously lose a unit and then win that battle on the next turn, so that's fun. Over here, want to make sure I get all my emblematics down before we leave the era, and it is, I think, coming up pretty soon. So this is a thing that's going to want to be near other market quarters, and I don't really think that we have a good... Like, that's not going to happen over here, right? Well, I guess this is one of these as well, so we'll make market quarters in between them. Yeah, that's all right, I guess. We're incentivized to make a market quarter here because of the artisan's quarter. Yeah, that's fine. That makes sense. You are also going to emblematic district. And, oh yeah, over here seems like a fine place to do that. There's a market quarter right here. Is actually going to be very good. Yeah. How's my faith going? Are we overawing people yet? Not quite. We're generating lots and lots of faith. I don't have a good enough grasp of this system yet. But we'll keep building holy sites as the opportunity is offered to us to do so, and we'll see if we can't overrule these other people. Okay, you just got in the water. So you get to go there. We got ourselves a 7th star. Strebor will enter. Okay. An unknown player has become a really great merchant. An incredibly great merchant. Yep, they killed my unit. No big surprise there. Okay. They should not have taken me up on the offer to get in the water and hash this out. I mean, I said see what happens, right? Was I insufficiently threatening? Maybe they thought I was joking. There's coffee and papyrus in this region. We should probably grab this region, right? I'm going to want to be in this region. We should scout the rest of it, but it's not a very good region as far as like raw resource outputs go. I guess, like, here is not a terrible spot. Yeah, all right. And this should be enough money to buy that off, which is a fair amount of extra industry. And now I think we do... Like, if we expand this way, that's another 20 industry. And that'll be a relatively cheap buyout. I think I care more about finishing mapping the coast of this landmass than I do about what I'm expecting to be a small island. But, like, look at the size of this thing. Yeah, we got a lot of work yet to do. I will say that I feel like the art on the reef and algae tiles is really hard to see at, like, this zoom level, which feels like a pretty natural way to play because it's like the highest zoom level where you get the full game graphics. This was a little bit of an issue in Endless Legend too, where if you really wanted to, if you wanted to navigate the seas correctly, you kind of had to play out at this zoom level. But I guess actually there's a cool union of mechanics and sort of theme there, isn't there? In that, like, actual sea travel, obviously you navigate by map more than by eye. So, okay, I guess in a way that's actually kind of neat. What do we want to do here? We just finished another food building, so it looks like our food income is probably pretty solid for a little while. So what we need right now is just more industry. And we don't river very well. You know, that's not bad. We're going to end up needing fountains pretty soon. Here we have a filthy, wretched man, a descendant of the ancient rulers of Tlemeen. The hell is Tlemeen? Is that one of the new cities? Do I have a Tlemcen maybe? Boy, that's, yeah, okay, I guess that's not the same letter as that. Y'all can tell I am old as hell. So, Swift on 12 of our units is actually pretty good right now. Moves the economic axis in the wrong direction. We're having a really hard time getting that economic axis over. There's not a lot of early game stuff that moves it. Take a minor science hit for a minor money gain. These are both very, very small changes. It moves that geopolitical axis just back to the dead center. I kind of want to do this. I know this movement is a bummer, but I actually think one extra movement would be really nice during this exploration phase. And we are going to come back to this because there's no way we're leaving this era without the third market star, right? How much stuff is missing already? A lot. A lot. We're going to find ourselves quite limited. But, yeah, that's 300 fame, and we're like, we're going to get it in 2 turns. So obviously we're sticking around for that. Uh, 256 science. Hooray! That says minor technological breakthrough. That feels pretty major to me. All right, so that means we're also 1 technology off of the 3rd science star. So we should... what is the fastest thing we can research? It's going to be one of those. I did finish Arrow 1. Okay. Mounted warfare, probably over craftsmanship, which is... I mean, the Artisan's Workshop is good for us. We do have iron, but I think mounted warfare makes a lot of sense. Maybe we'll get lucky and we'll get offered a large amount of science again here, and we'll be able to burn through that like super fast. Okay, you certainly cannot fight them. I think this is going to be the most sensible place to put this. We'll definitely connect that immediately. Yeah, we need troops over here on this landmass very, very right now, in fact. Also, an extra point of naval movement is like pretty significant, it turns out. We'll go see how siegeable this is. But yeah, an extra point of naval movement allows us to take a more efficient path over here, and it's all very good. Okay, I wanted to go to this tile. So is this... Okay, this is the very south end of the map, and this is the very north end. So this continent does span the full verticality of the map. Out of curiosity... Okay, not a lot of... our global proximity to them is not great, but nobody else is putting much pressure on them either. I am definitely intending to just take this over through violence. The oldest fashioned way. Okay, got our merchant star, which is lovely. Yeah, I guess do this. Okay, $80 more. Another one of these. The exploits of the hunting party are celebrated across the empire. I should name my armies. I celebrated across the empire with tales of their famous victories sought after in nobles' libraries and immortalized in verse. Rumor has it that their commander is something of a charismatic orator and has ambitions for the highest political office. Wait, my political office? What should you do with him? Am I at the top of our political structure, or am I some sort of like populist style overseeing god? Is this dude after my job? We can promote him away from his army. There's a small chance of bad consequences, but it'll move the geopolitical axis toward stronger troops. Or we can send him to a dreary backwater and hope his soldiers' anger is not too great. I feel like the correct thing to do in this situation is probably neither. Like, he's great at being their commander. Why would I not leave him there? This is like some very modern office culture stuff. Like, oh, somebody's really, really good at this job. Let's move them to a job where they do stuff that's not based on that at all. Because that is how you, because that's what we do. I mean, I guess this one, I do think he should just be kept in his position. He seems, unless he wants out, but he hasn't. I don't think we know. Okay. So that's going to require an actual army. That's fine. An actual army's on the way. We'll get that done. Of course, if we take that over, it's going to become a city, which I actually don't want. And I especially don't want it because I intend to, regardless of city cap, I intend to just found over here again. So maybe we leave this for right now. We come back and take it later. Once we have, once we have the technology that lets us do the absorption thing. I think that probably is sensible. Okay, so we got our merchant star. We could stick around for this, or we could not. Right now, it's 3 turns, which feels like a lot to stick around. We will get another very low-value star out of doing so. Am I currently building districts? Okay, so 1 more turn sticking around gets me district star plus aesthete star. Yeah, I guess we're going to do it. I guess we're going to hang out. And hopefully the best thing for us would be for this turn, this coming turn. I'm trying to get this down to 2. To drop us one of those osmosis events. That would be wonderful. If I start moving people off of this, okay. I think I'm okay with that. That'll get it in 2. All right, let's see what happens. All right, yeah, we're getting influenced real bad. This is why I didn't spend the money, by the way, was so that we could take the good option here if a good option is available. Oh, no, just gave me the star. Okay. Well, I'll take it. Thank you. That's wonderful. Okay, so we're definitely we're moving up this era. Or this turn. Oh, hey. Okay, it is horsemen. They do upgrade into the cavalry line, but they don't upgrade into scout horsemen. They have to be real horsemen. Well, what is the enemy slinging? Okay, so they got earlier era units, but they're earlier era anti-cavalry units, which is a real bummer. On this side, it's just the horsemen, which is also a real bummer. It's not. There's no version of this that I'm happy with. All right, I'm probably going to not bother to upgrade you then. Oh, actually, horsemen have base 6 move. They sure do. Yeah, that upgrade is well worth the money, I think. Okay, lots and lots and lots of resources. Yeah, this is fine. Too many damn trees on the coastline. I can't see anything. So yeah, you're just gonna head this way. And like I said, I think we're just gonna go around. They can hang on to it for the moment. I'm bummed out about the loss of the Wonder, but I don't think that it's a good idea to do the other thing. If I upgrade this, what does it become? Okay, it upgrades to a byreme. Right, the reason I've never done that is because this thing has never been in friendly territory. Not because the upgrade was bad, but because I was never, actually never able to do it. Okay, so what do we want to build here? Food on harbor's pretty bad. Food on farmers plus farmer slots, pretty good, probably. Actually, here it would be cool if we could build another one of these. We basically would have to buy it out, but it is 19 additional money. That's not what I meant to do. Hold on a second, because if I want to build one over here, obviously, I'm talking about buying it out as well. So that's my more immediate concern. Could I buy this out? Okay, then I'm going to. Want to get my emblematics up. In this region, it's less compelling. Okay, strategic resources, or strategic extractors do not get improved the same way. Yeah, in this region, it's less compelling, in part because I don't really have a place where I want to build more market quarters. If I could build it over here, I would, but I think I'm just gonna not do this. So with $597, I'm assuming I cannot buy out one of these things here for $597. Yeah, the cost is to some degree based on the number of districts the city already has, right? So, okay. I think that's all of the emblematic great obelisks that we are getting out of that. It does feel a little bad, but if I put this in the queue, it won't actually build, right? I'm pretty sure. I think what's going to happen is it's just going to roll over this city's industry for whatever we start building next turn, but I actually think that's a fine outcome. And then here, I guess put a turn into siege tactics because we're going to want siege tactics eventually. Foreign outpost leads to seafaring mastery, which is another thing that we are going to want eventually. Plus 5 money per naval trade route is actually a huge amount of money for us. Yeah, let's focus on that first. And let's pick us a culture. So I do notice that there's a market culture available immediately. First of all, who are my neighbors? You're the Teutons. Okay, we know how those guys work. Yellow took Ghana. Gosh, Ghana would have been very good for us. That's a shame. 35 strength anti-cavalry unit. Pretty cool. Yeah, wow, Ghana would have been really good for us. Pink took the Franks, which is part of why we're getting overawed so thoroughly. Green took the Aztecs, wherever green is. So realistically, we're probably not going Norsemen. I do not imagine I'm going to do enough fighting for this to make sense, but Naval movement, combat strength. This is a unique harbor. Plus 50 money from ransack. I mean, this is a powerful building, but it sure does commit you to that linear awfully hard. That's a huge amount of food. This building rules. And the Langskip does not take deep water penalties. It's a transport upgrade that does not take deep water penalties. Yo, Norsemen. Pretty good. Pretty solid culture, it seems like. Plus 5% science per alliance. Not honestly a bad fit for us. We could definitely ally with blue, I think, with a little bit of sweetening. The Grand Mosque seems totally reasonable. Drains additional stability during sieges, but requires just a huge amount of horses. Not I think, a super good fit for us here. Khmer, always good. It's just a very, very strong one, obviously. Industry on Maker's Quarters, not like amazing for us, but we could certainly build a bunch of Maker's Quarters. The Barret totally rules, really amazing. It does exploit both, right? Yeah. I mean, any district that exploits both food and industry is going to be so incredibly powerful. But on top of that, it automatically giving bonus industry for rivers and your population. And then, yeah, that's a ballista on an elephant. Can perform a full move after making an attack. So you run up, you fire, and then you run back out of archer range. Super annoying. But my inclination would certainly be to go Byzantine, since we're like quite good at generating money here. We've been doing a good job of making sure we get all of our merchant stars. So continuing to lean into that feels very strong. Plus 25 money per adjacent horses deposit. Are my horse deposits in places where I could take advantage of that? Yes. Yes, in fact. We don't have any more horses on the mainland. Over here, it would take some doing. Okay, so we would get the full effect of that maybe twice. How good is it aside from that? Plus 5 money per horses, I'm assuming... I don't know if that's plus 5 money per horses that's connected to the entire empire, or plus 5 money per horses in this city. And the fact that I don't know that, I think is kind of a good enough reason for us to take this so that we can find out how this works. And then I tried to scroll down, and this... I do not like the overloading of the scroll input on this thing. And then this is a double iron 43 strength combat unit. Its army can't retreat, but its army can kill the entire hell out of anyone that you want them to kill. Yeah, I think that the merchant affinity plus the raw money output of this building probably makes the Byzantines correct here. Again, the Khmer are super strong, but they're super strong in a very easy to understand way. We don't necessarily I want to try this. I want to learn how the Hippodromos works, what the actual function of this thing is, and I want to keep playing a money-based faction because that's very outside of my usual thing.
And technical innovation from earlier eras bring humankind new knowledge, and we immediately use it to find new ways to kill each other off. Greater empires build more powerful armies, but brute strength may be defeated by superior innovations. It is brains versus brawn, with ever richer cities as tempting spoils for the victor.
I hope that I'm the brain and not the brawn there. Some people do just fine as brawn. I do like, the looks of our emblematic districts and our city centers and stuff. I think our culture is very attractive. Okay, you were supposed to be a whole army of additional scouts. This is what remains. How long do we have the bonus move? Swift for 6 turns. Okay. So this should be fine.
Right. Will do.
Okay, that's pretty cool. That's a lot of influence. Finding curiosities is pretty high value. That's really annoying to retrieve.
Yes.
Do I want to jump on this river? Yo! Hold on a minute. I think we may have found the place where we're going to put down the next city.
Will do.
That seems pretty compelling. Okay, it looks like even if I pulled into this inlet, we wouldn't be able to see any further because that goes up in elevation. All right, so first things first. We know that in Byblos, we would like to build the old Hippodromos because that's 44 gold per turn right there. Yeah, it's a bummer to lose 8 points of really good resources, but over here we lose 9. So I guess this is what we're doing. We got ourselves a little science osmosis. You know, I'll just take 260 science toward my thing of choice, and my thing of choice is changing though. We're definitely pouring that into feudalism. I should have swapped over because we took a ruin bonus to that, which is a shame. Okay, that's fine. We'll just keep pushing all these science bonuses into this as fast as we can. So that's plus 25. It's going to be plus 6 from adjacent districts, plus 13 from itself. I mean, once it's actually built, we're going to get the more detailed tooltip. I mean, obviously, we do just want to keep expanding the amount of dollars incoming, though. Yeah, 13K. 13K for that first star. Real harsh. So plus food from population, plus 2 money for every person working as a trader, and we are actually taking advantage of this now in some of the cities. I think even with this bonus, people being traders is like very last priority. Plus 2 money on every money tile. Okay. So speaking of alliances. Blue is condescending toward me. So probably...
Let's
yeah,
talk.
probably they're not going to go for
No.
that.
Not acceptable. Like that, huh?
They are
Welcome. Let us speak honestly.
they are allied with Pink. Pink and Blue are allied, but the fact that we are mutual allies with Pink does not seem to be buying me a lot of value with Blue. What if I publicly forgive this?
I've had time to calm down. I may forgive you.
Can you please do that in a less condescending way?
Move on before I swat you.
Okay, well, I feel like I really blew the diplomacy there. Okay, let's buy stuff for the cities. Both of these cities are just about done with the thing they're doing. Oh, we can make a connection here. And then definitely rush this stuff out. Okay. Hooray! Alright, so that's all getting done. We could connect that over here, or I should have connected it. Well, we have another unit incoming, so we'll be okay. But yeah, we need to investigate this. Because at this point, percentage money boosts are starting to look pretty damn good, actually. It's a shame that's going to eat my entire turn. Stupid rivers. Alright, a very, very large amount of income, as always, coming in from all the people who just love my resources. They love them so much. How close are these two to meeting each other? Okay, pretty close. I wonder if it might be a good idea to have the northern boat turn around at this point.
Ready all row. Fall in.
That is percentage food boost. Also probably pretty good by now. Aksum. The population here is getting pretty solid. You can probably focus more on industry for the moment. So it's 3 money plus 2 money per gemstone. So we must be getting money per horses connected to the Empire for that to be a 19. Maybe. We'll see. We'll see. I'm not going to build this right now. What we do want is... I mean, does it make sense to try to connect up here? The thing is, we have to build around the iron. So we're talking about 2 districts before we put that down at the very least. Just probably not worth it. It's probably just like a very silly amount of effort. So instead... Oh, we don't have a harbor on the south side of the... So that would be 12 food. Yeah, I guess it does make sense to put it up there. It's just really, like, it's very awkward to move a citizen from this territory to this territory right now. Which kind of makes me want to put it down here. And we're only losing 10 food by, or 2 food per turn by doing so, but I think the transportation benefits are probably worthwhile. I'm going to hold on to our money for the moment. I'm going to hold on to our money for the opportunity to potentially buy out a tech or something. Oh, look at all of this. Look at this area is so rich. And with the amount of river stuff over here, it won't even be that hard to grow a city. Like, this is a beautiful location. I think let's put down right there. That looks so good. We'll be 1 over city cap for a little while. Jeez, look at this. This city is going to be the crowning achievement of our empire. So 1310, 14:8, but it takes an extra turn. I guess there's not really a good reason for the city center to be adjacent to the luxuries, and we'll get to be able to build out toward those luxuries. Yeah, it is probably better to put it down here. But this region has such strong expansion potential. I think I am going to turn the northern boat around. Let's go explore that island up there. Can I upgrade you while you're in the water? I sure can. Doesn't help now, but it means I can go make landfall over here somewhere. Alright, let's go to the place where the bad guys are. Not me, you understand. The other bad guys. So, I mean, this city is already very powerful and excellent. Yeah, let's keep the population food focused here because I think we're going to have like all of the industry income we could ever want. That does not need to be a focus. Yeah, that does seem pretty good. How's my... Okay, my stability is still like rock solid. Oh yeah, look at that. Go ahead and give me one of those. We'll get more industry coming out of the city in a moment. We really got to drive the income values up, right? Like they're good, but they could be great. Okay, can't start. It's starting to get very expensive to just buy these technologies off. But every time somebody gives me 276 science, I do get a little joy. So, yeah, that should be fine. Hold on a second here. Is there a button I can press that makes him... Nope. Shift in... The thing is, once we move into this tile, we're not going to be able to enter this tile this turn, right? Like, we know that. Alright, I'll just come down here. There's a weird pathfinding thing going on there where it's like, well, we don't know that this tile will cost an entire turn to enter, but like, no, we do.
All right.
Because of the fog preventing me from having vision of it. Oh, free boat. And it's a boat that can cross deep water. Interesting. Well, we could start working on circumnavigation. So there's a landmass here, right? There must be, because we only know where half the players are. Hold on, what is this ping? I wonder if they were being ransacked by something. Hostile neutrals, maybe? Well, whatever. Whatever was happening, it is not happening now. So I guess I'm gonna send this ship like up to here, I guess. We'll do it slower than that, obviously. And then we'll just strike out eastward. We shall meet some more folks and sell them many things. We'll sell them ships and shoes and sealing wax. And a cabbage and a king or two if we can find a buyer. Tough to sell kings in this day and age, Nobody who's ever been around a king wants one in their country. And I get it. But it's just like, I got all this inventory to offload. What am I supposed to do? Okay. I guess I could have bought off that harbor. That would maybe have been the smarter move there. So the city that we're going to put up here in Mesa next turn is going to be awesome. And then I think we'll leave from here next turn. And then we're going to use a bunch of money to buy districts probably. It's going to have all the infrastructures already, but districts we need. So I don't really know what to do with this ship now. I can't upgrade this one to a cog. Yeah, we don't actually have the cog tech. I guess what I can do is sail back down and just hug the coast the whole way. Because there's more inland that could be revealed, certainly. I sailed around stuff a bunch. So let's see. We reach out toward that. Just feed additional... I mean, I should probably be building over here, right? I should be powering up all of these districts. And we're not going to use money on this. We're going to use money on the new city and like a bunch of it probably. A bunch of it pretty damn quickly. That'll give us a 24... Yeah, that's fine. So wait a second, though. Oh, wait, is that across? That's across the territory line? Oh, yeah, there's the territory line. I was like, why am I not allowed to build off the obelisk this way? But yeah, that's a very good reason. Okay. So... plus 25 money from the adjacent horse ranch, plus 13 money from district, plus 4 money from gemstone. So the plus money from horses is folded into that money from district, right? And it is sensible for it to be plus 3 from here, from that adjacency, and then +5 from me having horse twice, which is what this district does, right? Oh, no, sorry. The +3 is from itself. This district actually does not get money from being adjacent to market quarters, but other market quarters will get money from being adjacent to it. Okay, yeah. So it is in fact +5 money for every horse in your entire empire, not for every horse that is held onto by this city. That makes it pretty good. That's pretty strong. So yeah, we'll get this and we'll connect it to Tlemcen, and then we'll hopefully find... There's horses up there, but the place where we're putting... Oh no, this is the new city area. So that district might connect. Maybe. It's hard to imagine this isn't the next place we want to expand to, though. And we have to remember we can do resource investment, too. Out of curiosity, what are we looking at in terms of cost and payout at this point in the game? 135 influence gets us 260 off of a thing that is well invested. Criminy, look at the research quarters. No wonder we're getting so much, no wonder we're getting so much osmosis stuff off of Pink. So 135 for 260 is not super compelling to me as a way of spending influence, especially given that we know the 260 won't count toward our merchant star. Given the rates of income that we've been able to establish, I get why those short-term, like, immediate investments don't go into your merchant star, because if they did, you would be able to burn through the 3 merchant stars really, really quickly once you get set up. Plus, in terms of the trading thing, I think if you bought access to somebody's resource and then lost it and then reinvested, yeah, like, there are ways to game that, I guess, that they didn't want that volatility on a value that is attached to a star, potentially. Oxum will enter the influence of Pink. Really? Yeah, they're... Oh, boy. We're getting maximum over-influenced really hard. I don't really know what to do about that. I think that this may be a thing that we just don't really have an option. We don't really have any counterplay. You know, we have spent, like, no effort really on our influence. We haven't taken any influence cultures or anything, so it makes sense that we could get just completely overawed. Because if an influence culture didn't allow you to totally overawe players who don't play the influence game at all, then what would be the value of the influence cultures, right? Oh, right, the harbor. Sure, I should have ended my turn in the space that was going to be a harbor at the beginning of the next turn. So now we gotta find those neutral armies. I also obviously am just gonna run over here and claim this. Where is the technology that gives me my new unit? Heavy infantry is not too deep in, and like war summons is great. Heavy infantry also has logistics associated with it. That said, we should probably grab theology for the city cap, and then we'll do this. I think that makes sense. Okay, so you're just gonna stick to the coast no matter how many movement points it takes. Really, that didn't get me any more inland? Bummer. Oh, hostiles. Let's maybe wrap around and investigate this region that I was saying seemed like a natural expansion for us. We'll go this way, because I want to see what's down by the river. The river is probably a good place to actually put down the administrative center, and then we can expand out and grab all that. So, this is where the cog just strikes out to the east. We're going to meet somebody. Aksum... What do I want to do here? So Commons Quarters are very, very powerful stability generators in the late game. Obviously, we don't need that kind of thing right now, but it's good to know that it exists, I suppose. We can push influence here. You know, the population here is starting to get such that a library makes a lot of sense. Over here, we're so good at building that I feel like we should just keep building. Oh, right, that's an obelisk, not one of these. Yeah, okay. I was like, why is that creating additional? But that's because the other Hippodromos is here, not there. So yeah, building those on both sides of the obelisk is actually like extremely good and sensible. All right, so we have a ton of money here. Let's turn this into a proper city. I think I will. That's 18. Ooh, boy. Wow. Okay. I think I am going to buy these out with influence. Does it make more sense to do an investment? Because I can invest on one of these for 135 and we will get some money out of it at least. But it won't be very much money. No, let's just do this. Then we make it a city. Okay. Then we want to build this down here very badly. Then we want to get some of the... Oh, right. It already has all the river stuff. Man. Building cities with additional infrastructure is so damned good. So let's see. This would be 22 additional food. Or 15 additional industry. We get a 13 if we build up here. I think I do want it to be I do want this to be a farmer's quarter because we want a farmer's quarter out beyond it. Yeah. So get that done. Apparently I'm not going to need to buy that much stuff out here, I don't think. Like, okay, if we buy this, then we go... There we go. That's pretty solid. That's going to be a truly silly amount of food. And then for industry, we could build backwards, I suppose. Or we could build here. That would probably make sense to build up onto the plateau. And we definitely want to build the Hippodromos next to one of these. I know that for the moment, this is a place where we're technically losing fewer resources, but I'm pretty sure that does end up being a maker's quarter. Let's just get that down. So I don't really feel like I need to buy out too much here. I guess buying this out gets us the extra income, but it seems like this city is going to do the work plenty fast. So we can go channel the rest of this money into the other cities if we want. How are we doing on this? Like buying out districts to create money seems like a pretty no-brainer way to accelerate our gain of money, right? We should also make one of these, and yeah, it should probably be building toward the luxury. And this is the field where we intend to build all the market quarters, right? So I think that all makes sense. I think that's all solid. You're going to put down a very cheap outpost out here, and then it's going to get absorbed for very cheaply, and we're going to get even more luxuries. Let's commit to that movement immediately so we don't get chased too badly. People moving up to the next era. I don't have any money, but I'll take 278 science. Let's see, you don't need money to absorb general principles. It's the specifics that they charge you for. This is a different river. Okay, go up here. I don't know. I don't know where those hostile independent folks went. They don't seem to have created an outpost or anything. Well, whatever. We'll come over here and we'll outpost for that, because obviously the horse deposit's very valuable to us, and then we'll see what we can see from there.
And heat. Raise the mainsail.
So, down here, what are we looking at? Interesting. 2 unknown strategics. Uh, 18.7, and then as soon as this is done, it has 6 river tiles, all of which are improved by the stuff in there. Like, this is going to be awesome. It's going to take a little bit for it to actually build up, but once it connects, the income from it is going to be pretty bananas. So I'm feeling all right about the thing that we're doing here. I think it's going pretty well. Food is still pretty solid in Byblos. Still pretty solid in Sidon. Yeah, Oxum is at 60 food, 40 food here, so we got a lot of growth going. Okay. I think we don't have to babysit these cities too much. The next builder star is 14 districts away. That's pretty harsh. 14 population for the next agrarian star actually doesn't seem that bad. We need 2 more regions for an expansionist star, and we're already planning on taking them, so I have good feelings about a lot of this. Is that an osmosis event? Yeah. Hell yes. Having rich science neighbors, like, extremely rules. Oh, man. Oh, I wish I had 4,900 gold. Chivalry is such a good technology. So, chivalry is outside of my era, right? Oh, no, it's not. Okay. Do I want to push for that before heavy infantry? No. Stop putting yourself in a position where you could be easily devoured by a neighbor. It is a good idea to to get your military technology. Everybody has the same militarist star access that you do, you know? Like, it's even for the non-violent players, there is good, strong incentive to get a little violent some of the time. See, I have to imagine that, like, around here somewhere is going to be what we want, right? Do we have all of the river infrastructures for this city? We totally don't. In this city, river infrastructure is so high value. Just buy that, I suppose. Yeah, I'm thinking we're not actually going to get that much more value out of a lot of this. We'll pull in here. I'm pretty sure we won't be able to see any deeper. But at the moment, I just don't feel like that boat has a lot of value to us. It kind of like it did the one thing that it's good at. Ish, 4 turns. Well, is what it is. People of... Oh, sure, that city. Yes, good. They should convert to my religion. Oh, hi. Not very good proximity on that one. Well... I guess we can have this ship just sail east as well. We're not that far from... Yeah, I think I'm going to. We're gonna learn some things. At this point, I'm always hoping for science and not money from these curiosities. We have money generation. Money I can do. Yeah, I was gonna say right here is looking pretty solid. 22.8. And then that lets us build the hippodromos right there. All right, very good for us. You have discovered some sources of marble. Oh man, marble's going to be really good for us. 36-31. Okay. You know, once we have the Varangian Guard up, we'll be able to fight those. Again, important to get my military actually functional. Aha, player border. Okay, we're going to meet some people. We're going to sell so many things. Even without soldiers under his control, the one-time commander of the hunting party is up to his old tricks. With your backing, his influence has only grown, and he now tries to rule the great city of Sidon by himself. What to do with it? Well, I could just murder the hell out of him. That seems like a bad plan, given Defiant on 5 cities. Oh, Defiant, this level of Defiant is only -5. This is kind of irrelevant. Or we could bribe him. Okay. It's 0 cost, and it moves the economic axis in the appropriate direction. Also, Terror of the Bovines. I love that movie. The Empire is mired in tradition and beholden to the past, but no city is more unenlightened than the metropolis of Axum. In this superstitious place, where hearsay and myths run wild, farmyard animals are now being put on trial for crimes. After a herd of cattle were sentenced to be burnt on a pyre for conspiring against the Empire, one wealthy landowner has had enough. He petitions you to intervene. In what way were they conspiring? I need to hear the facts of this case. The customs of Axum will be respected. No, that's not what we're doing. The herd can be saved on the condition that the landowner makes the city a breadbasket for the Empire. Bonus food, moves the economic axis back toward the middle. Oh no, this would cost us a bunch of faith. I want to move my faith thing in the other direction, actually. But Axum has no faith output. But I do need to move the bar. Bloody hell. Okay, fine. Try the animals. These are evidence-based trials, right? They can't be. There's no way. This whole damn empire, I tell you. Okay, so 3 turns. That's okay. Oh, hey, we're a lot of minutes into the episode. All right. Well, I'll tell you what, though. Let's play until we get these new districts connected to their cities. So it'll just give us a couple of turns here, just so that we have sort of a narratively sensible stopping point here. So yeah, in 2 turns, when Libertas becomes an outpost and we connect it to Constantinopolis, Constantinopolis, then we'll be set there. More horses. Who doesn't love more horses? I guess run upriver. Then we'll veer off and check out this way. Okay, we've seen a purple, having some Z fighting there with the water in those districts. We were seeing that in Pink's Empire as well. There are 4 territories in your sphere of influence. We are not doing a good job
Greetings, Sovereign.
Yeah, hey, how you doing?
Do you too believe that there is no limit to how high humanity might soar?
I guess so. So you're the player directly above me in score. About to leave my era for the next era. Probably a good person to establish some trade with. How expensive would it be to do so? I don't know anything about your everything. Okay. Oh, right, because we'd have to do this.
Generous. A very generous proposal.
Beautiful.
Accepted. With pleasure.
So that good salt. Marble would be very good for
Most
us.
pleasing.
Porcelain's very good for us. How much? How much? Oh, these are not very expensive at all. Hell yeah, trade routes. Trade routes, my friend. You know, ocean trade. It's a very powerful thing. It turns out the boat is maybe like a pretty important invention in the history of humanity. Okay. I'm sure we cannot... Oh, it's going to let me keep 186. Wow. Hell yeah. Incense is just like a small flat amount of money. I'll take it. The ambergris is, in fact, too expensive to buy. But hell yeah, tons of trade with another player who is scientifically superior to me. Sounds great. You don't have a lumber yard yet? I feel like you should have a lumber yard. I feel like you should have a lumber yard next turn. Damn it, that doesn't work. Okay, well then, never mind. Because I do care about my science output an awful lot. Yeah, it's going to be a minute before we have access to, like, real troops, though. Which is a shame. Highest priority. There's nothing that we care about more than we care about horses, it turns out. Maybe there should be. All right. Hey, you're gonna think it's crazy, but we got some osmosis events. Who could have foreseen this? Yeah, I'm having a real hard time with my ideological proximities because too many of my sliders are too close to the damn middle. Oh, civic osmosis. How we doing? Okay, we're feeling very stable, so I don't have to do this if I don't want to. So they want me to swap sides on that? They want me to go to codified laws, which would jump the bar. Yeah. I would not like to do this, please. I refuse. The freedom of the press. Okay, I don't have any influence. The thing about that is I actually can't have an opinion on it. So at this point, building a market quarter right here. Okay, it's not actually different than building it right there. Is there another thing I should be doing? Oh, yes. For sure. We can build one of those. Let's start with that. Why do I have vision of that tile? I don't know. I guess look up this river. We may as well. We're getting pretty close to having actually mapped this area. Man. I know that, like, when we find a science curiosity, it's also just a fraction of a turn worth of science, but I don't know, it feels more significant. Generating almost 1,000 gold per turn now. And it is my fervent hope that purple will buy access to our resources as well here. And now I guess let's sail down the coast this way and try to meet black. Okay, there we go. Howdy.
Greetings. I'm a good neighbor and a loyal friend.
This is something you need to see.
Not that I'm not listening to you,
Pleasure to
but
accept.
like, what if we made money off of each other?
Most pleasing.
So incense is pretty straightforward. Lead being 1 science per researcher is pretty good. We actually have quite a few researchers at this point. We don't have any research quarters, not even a single one. Yeah, I guess sage is probably the first thing we care about. Then we'll buy access to your flat amount of dollars per turn. And then the lead. Can I get, nope. Can't get the lead, can't get the salt, can't get the silver. Okay. These are all a little bit more expensive, but this will give us some idea of what's going on this continent. And that looks like it's probably another player border, so we need to sail north to meet red. Okay, that's doable. That's a thing that can occur. All right, so this will be our last turn for the video. Got ourselves an agrarian star. Huzzah. Got ourselves an osmosis event. Equally huzzah. Equally, if not more, huzzah. Yep, we'll deal with that. People love horses. Everybody knows this. Oh, you're going to get lost at sea due to actual damage. Yeah, well, I sailed you out too far to do anything about it now. Just go get vision. Okay. I guess we just got to get down here. Yeah, I shouldn't have ridden you so far up this river in the first place. So that attachment is only 27, so we should absolutely go pick these up right now. And then I could harbor the tiny lake. That doesn't really feel like a good use of resources. There's my first expansionist star. Rocketing toward that dollars star. Being a big trade baron is like very high value. Obviously, this would be a lot harder if people were playing more aggressively. We've got a pretty friendly group of opponents here who all just want to like hang out and chat with each other. That said, I think we did a pretty good job of managing the little bit of aggression that we felt from blue, and I think once we have access to the Varangian Guard, we're going to want to try to build up another army to keep like sitting on top of Sidon for that reason, just to make sure that it's clear that if it comes to it, we can defend ourselves. We're ready to do that. Okay, so what does this city want now? It doesn't really need manuscript guy. Guess we should just build a new district here. Yeah, I guess so. And then we're building market quarters off of that to improve these things. And in Sidon, also market quarter. Are we planning on... So like this thing's a market quarter. If I build this here, then it makes a market quarter there pretty solid. Obviously, these tiles have a lot of value as industry. But if I were going to build maker's quarters, I'd be building them over here. So I think that's an okay spot for that. Aksum. Sure. This'll be the market the market steps over here. And then we have $1,300, and I don't really know what I want to do with them. Oh, I want to do this for sure. All right. I'll buy this out. How about that? Because that's a pretty high value hippodromos. So we are 2 turns off of this first star, and then the value on the second star will give us a better idea of what our pacing is going to be for the rest of those. But I'm confident we can get all 3 of these and get out of this era in like a reasonable amount of time this time, I think. Anyway, that's going to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. The schedule's been a little bit spotty lately on account of my various health issues, physical and otherwise, and apologies for that. I hope it's going to get better. So come back next time tomorrow for hopefully me sticking to the schedule just a little bit better. And we'll see you then.